Ryan's checking out one of the Dunkin' Donuts here about the water. We already went to the one around the corner the other day. It was $1.07 for 2 cups of hot water. I would assume that he got and paid for it. A little chilly this morning.
Yeah, so Haley called us about the devil, and JC was like,
You can only fathom that Starbucks actually wants to go out of business. Well, there's a constant sort of like pull about people who think they're going to shut down the system after doing this to people, and they're not. And that becomes like obviously so insane that the people have to be euthanized. They have to try to reason what they're trying to do. You had every opportunity to shut it down in 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. You charge you for it?
53 cents. The only thing he wanted for it.
Was it 53 cents each?
Yeah. He did with about $1.50.
Yeah.
But it's got 50 cents.
$1.06 is what it was?
It would have been.
Yeah.
But she just signed it for one.
Oh, okay. Well, that was good. That was nice.
But she didn't mean to. Heard one. She was going to say she didn't.
Oh, yeah, they. Oh, yeah, we forgot to get coffee last night. I'll be yelling off today. Just try to remember today to get some. Now I gotta pull all this stuff out.
These nights are so small. They have all this stuff out back. All like the coffee and stuff.
Huh. sorry. I'm putting it back in. I had to get this stuff out, babe. Oh, she didn't leave you a room. I thought you were talking about me. Putting stuff on the table.
Be like 4.
Okay. That's exactly what I grabbed. That's one like heaping one. That.
I just do it, man.
See how weak it looks.
Pretty weak.
That should take a little bit out. Thanks. Except it's too strong, I can't even drink it. Thanks, babe. Yeah, see how dark it is? Hopefully that's enough creamer. Yikes. Mm. Oh, I gave you 5? Sorry. I miscounted.
Don't go in.
Oh, that's the one you didn't use, babe. So I was telling Brian I had the stream last night. And we weren't like homeless at the time. And he had gone out like, because I was doing something else, you know. I don't know, go grocery shopping or something. I don't know. It didn't designate the dream. So he had been like hanging around with someone that I assume he knew before or something. And I just go,
need more cream.
I just completely grabbed him by the beard and said, I'm only going to ask you this one time. Have you been drinking? And then I told him he had to get out. Huh?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay. So I'm assuming we're in some sort of housing. So what would he get out of? Well, apparently my subconscious is still concerned about it. The funny part about the dream, because it obviously wasn't a nice dream, was that he just totally grabbed him by the beard like that. I thought it was funny. Thus culminating the level of frustration and anger, I'm sure. Symbolic fashion. bunch of people would laugh and say, I guess that means that you're his beard or something. Wouldn't he be my beard? Why would I be grabbing him by the beard? That would be the funniest thing if people were like bad talking us. And then I'm like, yeah, I had this dream. When we were my sisters, we both had the same dream, and now I can't remember it. Do you remember what I was talking about, Dave? And then you said you had a dream of the same thing. I can't remember now. This isn't bad. This coffee came out kind of good today. It's key not to put too much coffee in. Oh, I gotta tie my sneakers too. So as I was saying about the Starbucks closing and this insanity, believe me, your government's not shutting down. So 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And then people saw what happened. So it's not shutting down. That's why it's any means, because there's not a way. And people are fighting for their lives at this point. The people who have power, not me, not the hostages, not the weirdos that cared about the driving and tried to get people to stop driving and start walking, not those people, the other people. Along with the people that are going to maintain their world by any means, including burying their friends and family and themselves. No one's trying anything again, and clearly I didn't stop smoking. Sorry, it's a light break. Somebody's thinking about me. Somebody loves me. Is it you? Oh, nice. He just shook his head. No, you don't love me. Oh, I said somebody's thinking about me or somebody loves me. Depends. Some people say it means someone loves you. I say it's someone thinking about you. Okay. He's not awake. There's no try again. That's not me ordering for there to be no try again. It's just explaining to you reality. There's no try again. Just because for this cause, God sent a great delusion. So it is what it is until these people drop off. That's what I'm telling you. So back when I said all you have to do is put me in housing and then God will make them stop, is that still seeming like that wasn't true? Maybe Benjamin can explain it to you again. So even when the man with the nuclear weapons tells you that's what it is, that's not what it is? Because you tried to shut down a system in 2020 and pay for nothing, and then I still had to pay. You didn't give me the extra money, and you didn't house me. And then you got to the point where I couldn't get into a grocery store, and then you wouldn't hand me a bottle of water. That's why. Explained it numerous times. Right now, I'm paying for hot water because all you have to do is give me a key to an apartment, and then I plug in a coffee maker and make my own. No one has to be my slave. Very few people. I clearly wouldn't be taking a trip of this nature, right? I clearly wouldn't be doing that. I'm sure there's purpose to it, just like anything else. Interacting with the dying off, listening to what they're saying, reporting what's going on. Having a chance to talk with those people that are forced to be slaves too. People are working on those cruise ships. People are working in the islands. It's all forced labor. As they're being murdered. I'm being told on Twitter that New York City basically has shut down and everybody. I was reminding Brian about in 2020 when they told all these people they were essential workers, and that I don't necessarily think that those people did it purposely. I think that they were trying to do a transition plan, and then you had a segment of the population that's completely batshit insane. Put me in housing at that point, and you did not. And then you wouldn't let me in a grocery store, and you wouldn't hand me a bottle of water, and all of that was reported to law enforcement. That's why I demanded they be called, and I spoke with the police officer. And obviously reported on what I could in terms of the internet, and then I was discussing shutting off everyone's social media and trying to control populations with nonsense. Being deathly afraid that your slaves will stop working. So those people were essentially just left tits up, and then everybody fired back up the world, and it's just completely insane now. Where none of that matters. None of that matters what happened. Told people why they're working. And that those people have a huge increase in bowel cancer because of the nitrates in the water. And now they're being nuked along with being bombarded with free electrons, and they're being forced to work. So they drop. 90-year-olds keep getting in wheelchairs and flying around. So it's pretty grotesque, yeah, pretty grotesque. So in my opinion, that's ways that God explains to the people who are trying to survive and not extinct, and the people with the thermonuclear weapons about what's actually going on. And you can't actually block them. I explained it when you had me in the internet prison. They can still see me. They have the technology. You're running live stream. They can hear it. They can hear it. There's microphones on laptops and phones. And they have drones. And some of them are out in the thing, in the public. Like I explained, when the police officers are called because you won't hand me a bottle of water and you don't want to call them, and I have to scream at you that I'm not leaving the storefront until you call them. That's why you were told to call them. That was the whole thing. It was like an assessment of your insanity. Not you bar people from stores because of face masks. You might want to go back and watch the early videos from early 2020. Hi. Someone from the warming center. I'm sure he's not loving life right now either. Because the warming center is not open yet. So we're all outside, exactly, and it's only October 1st, so we've got another 2 months. And then it's the 3 hours. And then everybody can act like there's a warming center when it only holds 35 people, and you have to stand there for 3 hours in the bitter cold to get into it. It's not them. It's probably because that's the only time that they can be there. It's the basement of a senior center that the seniors use. And believe me, I've had to hear it because I think that they're mentally confused because of your propaganda on television. I'm not an illegal, I'm not an immigrant, and I could use a place to not die in the winter. Okay. So I'm sorry that you feel you need 14 senior centers. That would have been solved by 29,000 housing units. So they're still charging for water at Dunkin' Donuts, but they don't tell you you have to purchase another thing. And please don't start telling us that, because then you think you're going to get laid off and get unemployment. They already explained to you that they're already having problems with unemployment too. It's just a madness. It's not really based on a need of workers, or even just everybody's got to work, but yet everybody's got to work because everybody has a purpose. In a primate kingdom out in the jungle, they all think they have a work because that word means something else to them. And they can't hear the word walk. Well, they can't hear the word walk because self-terminating with the fuel. So I'm just going to go with it. Oop. I can put this there. Question everything. Well, I'm putting it down there. How's that? Right, it's just an unfortunate thing. You got to go down with the ship, and you don't want them to hear the word walk. You really don't. Sun's coming up. Start warming up. It's supposed to be in the 60s, and then we got like 2 nights of being cold. We just have to bring the blankets. More stuff to carry. More homies out at like 11 o'clock at night last night. You just probably some of the insane fury about homeless people is because you're being told what the problem is. And then that's all transferred into nothing but a horrifying rage at us. Also, the thing about you think you're going to keep a world going, but somehow you're going to save the environment. Nope. Not created to be living like this, not created to be someone's hostage and slave. If ever in a day, like I said, you had people in New York that were shutting down stuff, then drivers would be sent in there to drive. And they just get nuked more. I haven't gotten a letter from them saying there's an apartment in New York for me. I don't know how in your world system that doesn't make sense in your head. You use like 4 points of free speech, including God, to get me out of my house. And I had to hand over my children to my ex-husband so they wouldn't go into DCF care. Just to get my house when I paid it off. And then you have refused to give me alternate housing. And you just keep housing people that had no reason to get fucking housing. A complete derangement of the fucking minds. Retroactive sainthood, probably. You clearly had no idea that you were in a mass extinction. You're all going to die in 2011 when you did this shit. You clearly had no idea of that. I don't even think you believe it now because of the God sent delusion. brain becomes altered as it's shrinking, so you just make up all this stuff that there's no, it's just insane, like a fairyland. Brian and I were somewhat discussing it last night, just about taking the most happiest and optimistic of people and doing this, and then we seem like we're fucking angry and shit all the time. You think, and then you're running around on stage like you're fucking happy and smiling and laughing on our fucking faces and shit. Just like I can have nothing to do with you things. And I'm really grateful that I'm never gonna have to go back to that fucking shelter again, because I can't do it anymore. I was explaining it to Brian last night. Yeah. The second that dude said that to me, and I just turned to my husband and said, okay, well, we're leaving today. And I just stood up and left. There comes a point in time where I'm not doing the fucking acting game anymore. When you're monstrously fucking criminally insane. Because clearly a sane person just goes, you lying motherfucker, you fucking disgusting animal, you fat fuck. No shit, your wife is fucking sick. You have no idea how fucking damned you are. Good day. Some of them. You fucking freaks of nature. Every quote unquote fucking hate speech you could think about, because it's the fucking truth. So they got birthday cake, rice cake things or whatever at fucking Star Market. I'm sure they do. The essential workers that aren't even fucking essential workers anymore. You don't even need them anymore. You're so fucking far gone. Who cares if there's food in the grocery store? We gotta drive through Popeyes. I'm never gonna forget 2020, how fucking deranged you things are. Ever in a day am I gonna forget. Just showing up at Stop and Shop dead. I'm going. And I just remember that one woman, it was right at the beginning. She just is in the aisle too. And she just goes, this is crazy. Like, what else can you say? You just go, this is crazy. Remember when some of them were opening up their own food pantries? That's justifying why they're hoarding so much fucking food. And then the people with the snaps can't get any fucking food. You're gonna buy like $10 a pound chicken tenders, because that's all that's left. We couldn't order the delivery with the SNAP card at the beginning. They changed it afterwards. What would we stay home to? We're fucking homeless. And then they thought that was us, and then they went out hunting us. They didn't stay home and stay safe. They went out hunting fucking homeless people. They opened up that Miniso store. I remember when they were hiring people for that. Those things are cute. It's like Hello Kitty and stuff like that. So the tourists can shop.
Just blind box. Just buy a box. Yeah,
It's a what, babe?
blind box.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What are we doing? All right, I'll shut this thing off then. It's pointless to live stream on the train. You won't be able to hear me. Just be listening to a train.